Alright, good morning everybody. Sorry for the delay. Working through some technical difficulties. Let's get into it. Still tweaking settings of different areas to stream. I really do want to try to stream on 5 different platforms, so I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do that. And let's see. I don't know why, but OBS seems to shift my overlay around a little bit. I feel like. I don't know why it does that. Alright. A little stuttery at first. This game is so finicky. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be glad when I don't have to deal with the stuttering. Alright, so we basically where we're at right now, we got the screw attack. We went to that one area in Brio Ice, the other side of the planet, which I was informed about. This isn't on the map. Alright, I'm okay. The mechanic for these is a little not consistent. Or I'm just bad. Screw attack. Didn't bring that back for Prime 4. Noticed that. Probably just thought players wouldn't use the bike and they'd just skip across the entirety of the desert using the screw attack. It is handy though, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, what do we got here? Of course. Lizard people. So if I'm following this correctly, this was the first time where I had to go back to a different planet to get something so that I could go somewhere else. And it didn't, surprisingly, it didn't, like, tell me that. I had to, well, Seeking the Sky told me what to do. But it was just, like, very clear I needed the screw attack. But it didn't tell me where to go. And I think I wandered around enough that I didn't Can I screw attack past that? Nope. Okay, really dropping frame rates there. Man, I don't know what to do with that. Can I burn those? Is that something you're supposed to do? No, it's just a missile attack. Missile tank. Oh, hey. New Game Plus. Morning. Yeah, so I think what I was saying was, I think that this is the first instance where it requires you to go back to a different section of the game, and doesn't really tell you. Like, I thought I wandered around long enough for one of the hint systems to kick in, but thankfully Seek the Sky was there to tell me what to do. But I remember that happening in Metroid Prime 2, where there's 2 instances where you have to leave the area. The segmented area of the game in order to actually progress, and without the hint system, it's actually quite difficult to figure out where that is. Which, you know, I'm fine with. I wasn't at the point where I was about, like, starting to scour my maps, but I was getting there. You know, I just wanted to be sure that the area I was in was not where I needed to be. And that's what you do in a Metroid game. You know, any Metroid veteran will tell you that at some point you have to spend some time scouring the map for anything you might have missed. And I will say, like Metroid Fusion, Metroid Prime 3, you know, while it is segmented and it's not interconnected in that way, each of these areas does feel like a Metroid Prime, like Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, in a sense. Whereas, maybe, I don't know, I hesitate to even say the Volt Forge in Metroid Prime 4, because I don't know, there was no maze-like attribute to the area. It was just a series of floors, and there was kind of a puzzle on each floor, and then that was it. You were never unclear about where to go. And I think that's the big difference here. There was no real branching paths. It was all one path, which I've, you know, complained about ad nauseum, so I won't do that. But playing through Prime 3 again after playing Prime 4 really makes me realize that while there are some similarities and you can see the progression of where they want to go with the game, with the series, Prime 3 still at least had the DNA of Metroid Prime, if that makes any sense. Morning, Tim. Welcome to my pontification. Oh, hey, buddy. Entry cell. Oh, that's right. That's the fetch quest at the end of the game, right? You have to get power cells or something? I can't remember. I lowered the encoder settings for streaming to the 5th platform, so hopefully that'll reduce any kind of lag or stuttering. let's see, like this section of the game here. I went and got the screw attack, which, you know, as someone who, you know, I feel like I'm fairly adequate at video games. I remembered that on the last planet I was on, Elysia, there was an area that I needed to go to finish the objective. But then as soon as I left Brio, got the screw attack, you know, your mother brain thing was like, you can go to this area now too, and now you have branching paths. And so I could have gone back one way, but now I'm decided to go back to a completely different area. That sort of thing didn't happen in Prime 4. It was very much like they have a set path and you will go on it. You will not deviate. You will not do it. Oh, this is heartbreaking. He's trying to get out. Oh, man. Metroids. I mean, sorry guys, didn't mean to. Hello. A gel sack. Too many things on the screen at once. I better start killing enemies. So my frame rates can go up. Okay. Whoa. What is this? Liquid Phazon. Spawns Phazon grubs. I knew Phazon was sentient, but... Well, was it? Was it sentient? Or, I mean, I guess it is now sentient with Dark Samus. You inadvertently gave sentience to Phazon when you defeated Metroid Prime. Yeah, it's, I mean, I'm looking at the stream now. It's the same thing that happened with... So Metroid Prime 2 actually had some areas that it did not like the space pirates that flew around the screen. The jetpack space pirates, so it always lag at that point. But the more assets that are on the screen, the more things struggle to run, so... I've got the settings as low as I can, and there's really nothing more I can do about it. I might just have to endure it. If it gets really, really bad, we might have to just abandon the playthrough, because I got no other means of streaming this game. But right now it seems to be okay, as long as it's not choppy. Hey, Seeker Sky. It's this room right here that the lag really starts to increase just because of all the enemies on the screen. Kind of like when I was playing fighting Dark Samus, the second Dark Samus battle, and the game froze whenever it almost froze many times when it like had to shift visors. go that way. Yeah, exactly. Just have to do something about that. Easy solution. Okay, frame rates are jumping back up again. I also think it's this electricity effect too. That might be pretty heavy on the system. Man, that thing's got range. No kidding. I remember in Donkey Kong 64, which I hope to one day stream once it gets it's fully decompiled with a PC port. and then Rare, when they knew the game was like notoriously laggy, so they just basically programmed into it the game clock to speed up to combat the lag. So in the game, it would get really laggy for like a split second, and then the game would just move really fast for to combat the lag. Unfortunately, I don't have that setting here. But yeah, I apologize everyone for the settings. Good thing Majora's Mask runs a lot better. It's because it's a PC port and not an emulation. That GFS Valhalla, welcome to the Artifact Temple, Sky Temple, gateway of the game. Oh, this is the... Oh, okay. That's right, because this is where I'm supposed to bring the energy cores. I remembered that. And this tells me where the energy cores are. Yeah, okay. So I'm basically here to scan all of those, get their location, and then find them. Super missile, maybe? Or just regular missile. We got here. Phazon Hopper, covered with crystallized Phazon, spits venom. Freeze them. Really slow them down. Can I, I thought I could, do my screw attack at them. Looks like the game doesn't like these guys either. Dropping below 30 frames per second and the game's lagging. You know it's bad when it drops frame rates and lags. doing? I always forget about this. Things would have gone much, much faster. Super missiles are not in this game. Oh, that's a shame. That's like a Metroid staple. Hyper missile, super missile, that's all semantics. There's a little nook up there. I'll get up there. Looks like I gotta come in from the side. Oh well. Moving on. Yeah, much easier just to phase on. I remember I was concerned about the balancing of like the phase on. Like it would just be easy to in every encounter to just turn into a phase on hyper mode and kill everything. But the fact that it completely like drains one whole energy tank, that is something that it's a nice, keeps it in check. We'll just say that keeps it in check, which is good. Okay, so I gotta get up there. How do I get up there? In here? Nope. I feel like I come in the other way. I don't know. We'll see. Prime Hunters exclusively had a charge missile. It's a bit weird, isn't that the kind of the way that the super missile worked in Metroid Prime? Like you charged up your charge shot and then fired a missile. Like how did it work? I'm curious. Oh, we need another cell. Do I have to move that cell around? Is that it, or? Okay. Well, I'm suspecting that this area is complete for now until I can go find all those charge cells. So we can go back to Elysia. My game doesn't crash. Oh, it hates this run. Alright. Too many enemies on the screen, gotta kill everything. Well, Prime Hunters had you select a missile launcher as its own weapon. The way the front of the arm cannon opens up and starts spinning. Oh, so kind of like in traditional Metroid games where instead of being able to shoot a missile, you had to like switch to missile mode, like the little arm cannon opens up. I forgot about that. Did they do that? No, they didn't do that in in Dread. I'm trying to think, when was the last game to actually do that? Also, you have to play Prime Hunters with a stylus. Never did that. Can I even call myself a true Metroid fan if I've never played Metroid Prime Hunters? Some might say yes. Okay. Nope, this is Brio. I almost went to the wrong location. I kind of like the, so I understand that the entry cells are like, that's the Easter egg hunt that you have to go on at the end of the game, or throughout the game, which, it's kind of nice how they structured it, how it gives you different, like, gives you access to different areas of the Valhalla. Rather, like, because in Prime 1 and 2, it was just like, you get the keys and you can't do anything with them until you have all of them. Here, it's like, no, you can get to different, get to different parts of the ship if you just turn in the power cells. I don't know, it's kind of a nice little twist and take on it, so you're not doing the same exact thing again and having your like one big door that needs 8 power cells, and I don't know, just a little difference that I think may be a one-up that this game has over Prime 1 and 2. Shocking, I know. Now the question is, and you guys might know this, Seeking the Sky, New Game Plus, am I able to get these power cells throughout the game, or do I have to wait? It's okay, you can tell me, I don't really care. Do I have to wait for a specific time to be like, oh, now you can get the power cells, like in Prime, mostly in Prime 1 and Prime 2? Because I remember that being a complaint. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, you can get them as you go. I was wondering when I was going to have to use that attack again. Yeah, being able to get them as you go is nice because it adds another layer to the already, like, incentive to explore. Like, if you go the wrong direction, you might find an energy cell along with an E-tank or some other thing. Like, I know Prime 3 I'm sorry to keep bashing on Prime 4 because I know you guys haven't played it yet, so I won't spoil anything, I promise, but man, it just, there's a lot of aspects of it that just don't feel Metroid Prime like. Am I going the wrong way? No, okay. And the game like lost in its incentive to really explore. This little carousel. Depends on when you decide to backtrack or come across them. They glow bright green. You can't miss them. Good to know. So we've killed 2 of the 3 hunters. A new area discovered. Gore and Rondis. Whoa, whoa. Just go inside. I did say during my Prime 2 playthrough that I was having so much fun I might try to 100% the Prime trilogy and get all like the achievements and all the artwork and stuff, but man, if I can't find a way to run this more smoothly, that might have to wait until I get a much better rig. I did figure out though how to move my save files from one machine to another. It's not that complicated, so it's not that much of an achievement, but someday if I get a much better computer, I'll run this thing on with all the fixings and make it look with HD textures and things like that, and we'll 100% this baby. Yay, lag. Anybody else? Oh man, someone else. Disintegrated. Elevator's currently inactive. Okay. Yeah, I'm at this point. I'm like, man, if this gets much worse, like if the lag just gets worse and worse, we might have to pause the playthrough of Prime 3 until I can figure something out. Hey, guy. They should have given Samus a melee attack with the lasso. Or like if you stun an enemy and get behind them, you can like pull them down. Or like flip them over your head and smash them on the ground like in the Turtles in Time. Where you could grab the foot soldiers and smash them over your head. Theronian containment unit, nuclear substances oh, that's right. I'm building a nuclear bomb. That's my goal here. Build a nuclear bomb. They're like, don't deactivate the shield. That just, you know, it's going to take a long time. Just build a nuclear bomb and drop it on it. And we'll call it a day. It's nice to know that hyper-advanced AI units resort to just making a nuclear bomb at some point. Just like the rest of us. To solve all the problems in the universe. I will say this, if this were Metroid Prime 4, with the amount of hits I'm taking, I would have been dead already. Like, they really ramped up the amount of damage that you take, even on normal mode, which I kind of appreciated. Like, I know Metroid Prime, a key component is not the combat. Like, the combat's always been, I don't know, a little simple and not really the main focus. But man, they really jacked up the damage in Prime 4. Like, I would have died really quickly there if I took the same approach to just tank the shots. A save point, maybe? Nope. Bomb slot. Apparently it's more like a giant power bomb because what are power bombs but mini nukes? Or throw them into each other. Yes, that would be cool if you could throw them into each other. That's a direction they should, honestly, like, they should go that direction with Prime 4. They should just... They either need to do away with the Metroid aspect of this Metroidvania game, or completely go in the other direction and make it just 100% combat based. I think trying to do the game tried to be so many things at the same time. It tried to be a Metroid game. It tried to be a Halo game. With its action and combat. It tried to tell the story of one group of people and the story of another group of people. Like, there's just too much going on there, and all of it kind of fell flat for me and many other people. Again, it's still worth playing if you're a Metroid fan, but I would not use it as like an intro to the series. Gotta watch my health. Who's that? Oh, it's a health. Oops. Whoops. Oopsie daisy. I guess he's gone. Oh, these guys. Yeah, this game really doesn't like these guys. It's gonna lag a lot here. Vulnerable to explosive blasts and phase-on energy. Is there another one? Attaching something. Oh, that's right. I need my ship. My ship needs to have its, like, tow cable or something. Yeah, I don't have that. Send satellites. What's this? Phase eye panel has recently been sealed over this area. I guess the analogy here would be like, what if Phazon, Phazon becomes like the energy source of the galaxy, and then it turns out it has a mind of its own. It begins corrupting everybody. Like, what if that was like oil? What if oil was like Phazon, and all of a sudden it got a mind of its own, and you slowly lost your own will? I was watching this video. It was a short video by this. He's not new to YouTube, but he's only made 2 videos, and they've got, with only 500 subscribers, he got like 15,000 views on it. And it was basically a very short analysis on Metroid Dread, and how like a subtext of the game is all about like surgery. And he breaks down like all the different aspects of it, that basically the game is stylized and like an operating table. Like Samus's suit kind of reminds you, like at least at the very beginning, like she's like stripped down to her basic power suit, and it looks like, you know, muscles are exposed in a sense. Like that's the design of it. And then how the Emmys themselves, they just like pin you down and shoot you with a needle. But then like all the creatures not all the creatures, but a lot of the creatures you fight are like clearly have been operated on. Anyway, I say that because I feel like Metroid games have a lot of subtext, but they're not like, it adds to the game if they're pointed out, but it doesn't like detract from it like if you miss it. And I'm trying to figure out, like, with the Metroid Prime games, what are the different subtexts that they're throwing in here. And I think I guess with Prime, at least with Prime 2 and 3, especially with Prime 3, it's the issue of like everybody relying on this energy that is clearly trying to kill them. Like, it's not a hard-hitting message that they're throwing at you about like energy dependence or anything like that. That would have been a mistake to try to do that. Alright, screw attack now. I can just go right through him. Oh, hello. But I do think that, at least with like the Chozo, their whole folly was the over-reliance of technology. And each of the... whatever. I'm not sure I can get that, actually. Oh yeah, there's a grate there. Or maybe I have to shoot it. Yeah, I think that's it. I have to blow that up. Maybe scan it first. Yeah, I don't think it, yeah, that grate right there is preventing me from getting it. Maybe I have to come around from the side or something? I don't know. It's okay. It's just a missile expansion. I'm not going to go for 100% right now, so... whatever. Oh, I remember these guys. It does seem, though, like, I don't know what the issue... I haven't been reading the Elysia lore, but at least with Brio, like, the struggle between technology and tradition is what brought about their downfall. With the Chozo, it was sort of the same, but they didn't have that big civil war. They just were like, we made all this technology, but now a subsect of us is going to go off and become spiritual people. And then with this game, it's, you know, introduction of Phazon. I'm trying to decide how this game is, like, portraying the relationship between technology and spirituality, because that does seem to be something it brings up quite a bit, at least with the Brio and the Chozo and the Lemorn. They hit on that with the Lemorn too, which is kind of why they felt kind of like copies of the other races. I do appreciate about the Metroid universe that it's not a sci-fi world that's completely devoid of like any form of like culture or spirituality, because this isn't a spoiler, but one of the Federation troopers, Takabe, he's got his own faith and he expresses it in the way he talks, and it's like, that's a nice little world building technique right there. One of the few good world building techniques in in Metroid Prime 4, but the world does seem bigger because of it. And it seems to be, at least with the Brio and the Chozo, that the spirituality is not a fake one, but a real one. And so, in a sense, you could say, does magic exist in Metroid, in the Metroid universe? Maybe. Maybe it does. Time to go bowling. At least they were kind enough to give me guardrails. Very fragile. Good to know. I guess I could have just done my screw attack. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there was probably a morph ball tube I missed, I know. I'm just being impatient.
Samus, I will unlock this area, allowing you to command your ship to land.
Thanks, buddy. Up. Down. Oh, I gotta power it. Oh, the game almost froze there. Well, it's Seek the Sky or New Game Plus. What was the name of that group of monks that this game mentions, and then you never mention it? It's never mentioned again, or it's only mentioned once in another game, and that's it. I'm curious. Oh, that's right. I gotta call my ship here. Land. Metroid Prime 1 had the monks of Grandheim that may or may not have purchased those low-level phazon crystals from the space pirates. Oh, okay. I just want to know because that the religion that the NPC from Prime 4, I was wondering if that was the same thing. Is there like has someone? I mean, I guess I could look on the wiki page, but it'd be cool if like someone made a like a Metroid universe encyclopedia.
Now that you have the ship grappled, you should be able to assemble the Thoronian bomb.
Yay. Yes.
Samus. Now that you have
Okay, that's
the
right.
ship,
I should be able to
upload the coordinates to.
Okay. Uploading the coordinates. See, this is something that I feel wouldn't happen in... Oh, wow, it's going real fast. Yeah. Yeah, that I feel is something that wouldn't have happened in Prime 1 or 2. But is definitely something that would happen in in Prime 4. Whoops. Again? Oh, I guess I could have, okay, it's right there. Are they fighting each other? That's kind of cool. Oops, not the right angle. Okay, good. Oh, hello. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Alright, where's this, how to get in there? Okay. Oh, there we go. Couldn't get it all along, just had to wait for this thing to come by. Do it for me. Yeah. Easy peasy. But now, I have to get back there. just missed the way to go. Alright. Where is the elevator? See, it's moving smooth now. Buddy, I don't want to deal with you. Wait a minute. How do I... How did I get up there? Guess I gotta go around. Indeed. Oh, I like how they melt. That's cool. That's a nice detail. Oops, oops. Okay. Here we go. You're still here. Dead. Elevator is unable until repaired. Okay. That's probably why. Can't get up there until I repair the elevator somehow. Gotta go around. That giant rod is important to something, the one I just kept passing and not looking at. Well, I mean, yeah, maybe, but I'm thinking that if I get to here, then I can jump over here. That's my train of thought. Let's see. Let's see if I'm right. I might not be. Usually not when it comes to these games. Here we go. Just picked up the thermonuclear reactor. Bird o'clock. Okay, It's much easier to do this with motion controls than with a joystick. Target has been repaired. Projector is in position to engage his control unit. Okay. Bomb slots online. Everything's good. Having some deja vu here. Whoa. Okay, now what? What is this? Oh, do I have to tell my ship to go somewhere? Or is it just gonna chill out there? Oh, that's right. I have to actually read things. Because no NPC is chiming in my ear every second to tell me exactly what to do. Alright. Now we can do this thing. Maybe tell you. I figured it out. Seeing in the sky. Be proud of me. I did it without you telling me what to do. Alright, what do we got here? That's a lot of bomb slots. Jeez. Here. Going to the ball maze. This is a puzzle. Oh, I need the spider ball track. I think this part of what they missed about part of what Prime 4 missed about like what makes up the DNA of a Metroid Prime game is I don't know, I always thought like Prime 1 and 2 and 3, now that I'm playing it again, is like a combination of like an FPS space shooter like Halo and Myst, like that old adventure game we all played on our old computers, where you just wander around an island and you just solve puzzles. Like I think that's a good comparison. Obviously, it leans more towards the Myst section, but I just feel that had they just stuck with that basis, it would have been better. Is that Talon 4? Oh, Brio. Shoot expansion locations revealed. Suit expansion look. Oh, that's kind of cool. Getting all this additional information. Well, I don't remember this at all. I swear I beat this game once. Yes, this is the locate all pickups room. which they didn't have in Prime 1 and 2. In Prime 1 and 2, I don't think they had a locate all pickups room. You literally, like, you had to just methodically go through all of the all of the rooms and like listen for the power-ups. I remember distinctly doing that in Prime 1 as a kid. Just like turning the volume way up and wandering around, exploring every single corner I could so that I could get all the power-ups. And if you hear it, it's like, oh, this is where it is. But I need the morph ball for that. Okay. See, that I think was more, I don't know, like, I get a little conflicted with this. At least this felt a bit more like you have to put a bit more effort into it, and they segment it. Because in Prime 4 they have these scan bots that you can only activate once you get to a certain point of the game, and they're all activated the same way. They're not like segmented like this is, and you need the spider ball. And they basically tell you where everything is. Which, you know, that's not a totally new concept in Metroid games. I think starting with Fusion, they started putting in little notifiers on the map to let you know if something was there. Like, it didn't tell you exactly where it was. You still had to figure it out. But I think as games get more and more complex, they do need something like that. But it's really easy to go overboard with it and just completely remove any sense of like exploration. I don't know if this game is too big. I feel like the game is too big to sorry, I feel like the game is not too big to not include that, if that made any sense, as I said, a double negative. Basically what I'm saying is, had they not included that room that tells me where everything is, I think I would have been okay with that. Like, these maps are, you know, these maps are big, but they're not like unnavigationable. Like, to go through each room methodically wouldn't take too much time, I think. I think like a middle ground would be like kind of what Ocarina of Time did with its golden sculptulas. Like, at least if you're if you found all the golden sculptulas in a particular area, it put like the little golden sculptula icon above that part of the map to let you know, hey, you completed this area. Like, they could have done something like that. But I do think that the time in which this game was developed, we were slowly moving more into the internet age, more instant gratification, and, you know, less patience when it comes to searching through a game and only having like minor increases in your abilities as you play. It's like now I feel like the standard for many game studios, especially larger ones, is that there has to be you have to reward the player much more frequently than you did in the old days when we grew up. You know, to retain any kind of I don't know, player retention. Retain player retention, yeah. To maintain player retention. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I think this is a good spot to pause for right now. I am going to be, as I said before, I'm going to be swapping back and forth between Prime 3 and Majora's Mask. And because Metroid games will be an ongoing thing for my channel on at the very least Mondays. I'll be devoting more time to that secondary game. So Metroid will probably at least get 1 day a week. The other game the main game, I should say, will get 4, at least 4. And but I think what I'm gonna do now is two Metroid Prime 3 Majora's Mask. I think that'll be good. That'll give me enough time to finish Majora's Mask before RE9 comes in. Okay, I know what this room is to look at. Yeah, okay. I read that. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Give me a like or subscribe, comment or something. Not many people comment on the live streams, but definitely check out my shorts. They kind of break down things of what I say and segment the live streams into what I think are the most exciting or interesting bits, at the very least. Yeah. Have a great Tuesday, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow for some Majora's Mask.